I'm wondering if anybody else is having the same experience like me this year, where it appears as though God has given us peripheral vision. Like, I have moments like, could it be that God is saying, I am now putting you in proximity of the vision, proximity of the promise? I was driving on the way to work one day, and as I'm driving, I had already passed like this vehicle. And as I'm driving forward, I could see kind of out of the rear view mirror that car had turned like on the street that I had just passed. But it was behind me for quite some time. And I was like, I'm keeping my gaze forward, right? Because I'm driving. But yeah, I can see what's going on around me because of peripheral vision, right? Peripheral vision it's not in your direct focus, but it's still like in proximity or somewhere around you. So you're able to like discern or recognize or still see kind of what it's doing around you. And I begin to think about the Bible scripture that asks, like, can you perceive what God is doing? When God's like, I'm providing, rivers in the deserts, like I'm making a way for you. Can you perceive it? And there's moments, like I said now, where I'm just like, man, I feel like this is the first year where I can see God's handwork and track it from the beginning of this year until the very end of this year. And it's just like, God, you've given me peripheral vision for this year. You're helping me to see that I am connecting the dots, right? God is connecting the dots when it comes to following his orders, being obedient so that you can walk into the promised land. The vision, the promise is in proximity. It is near. And that is why like the spiritual warfare has been so intense for many of us, right? That is why it has seemed like, man, I'm taking one step forward and something is pushing me back, but it's because you're in proximity, right? But you know what's crazy about that? Because of peripheral vision, because I have the feeling like I'm on the cups of laying hold of whatever it is. It's like, it doesn't even bother me. Whatever is trying to maybe sway me, like it may make me pause for a quick moment, but I'm gonna keep going because it's like I'm in proximity, I'm in position because God has given me peripheral vision. And just in case it doesn't make sense what I'm saying, one more thing I want to hit on, which is that with peripheral vision, there's always the temptation, right, to look when something's around you. You're tempted to look and to give that your attention versus staying forward and pursuing whatever it is that is right before you. So I think with peripheral vision, it's also asking God for guidance so that you do focus on what's ahead of you and not sometimes be easily swayed by what is around you. So it's just sometimes you need to pause and realize that God has you in a certain position so that you can look at what's around you because it is connected to where you're going. But then there are moments where, again, you don't want to be distracted.